Hello my friends and channel subscribers, Greg here from Brisbane, Australia with another uncut, unedited, no-bull video. Today I will be unboxing Breville coffee machine. This model is Breville Barista Pro, and I will not comment on coffee quality or anything like that. Usually I make a couple of videos, one is unboxing and then testing device and actually providing my opinion. Here the product of this machine will be a coffee. Coffee is very subjective for everyone. Some people really tune in how they like their coffee. Other people particularly set on the roast and other things. I will not create video reviewing coffee produced by this machine because it's so subjective and I don't want to open that can of worms on my channel. This video is purposed for unboxing the machine, showing what is inside and just quickly socializing what is important for you to make a good cup of coffee. Just little reminder, good cup of coffee, it's not really what good it is, it's what good for you. So let's start with that first. Everything that I'll be talking about today, I'll put links down below so it'll be easy for you to click and buy if you purchase your things from Amazon. If not, find your own ways. But excuse me, but what is important to make good cup of coffee? Usually 3-4 things. Let's discuss them all right? The first very important bit is actually coffee itself. So the roast that you buy, it's a first taste of coffee. So you may buy medium, dark roast and all of that. So that's your way to experiment in what coffee beans you like. You may like your brands, you may like your countries of origin, totally up to you. There's nothing to do with machine, that's to do with your supply chain. The second bit is actually to do with machine, and you may pay a little bit attention to that. You need to tune in your grinder, and if you got separate grinder is even better. So the way you grind your beans really influence outcome, right? So you may put more coarse grind or more kind of fine grind. That is your experimentation. However, it is important to keep the quantity of the coffee consistent, and they say here on the packaging, I can see 18 to 22 grams of coffee need to be in it to actually make good cuppa. I would say strive towards 18 grams of coffee of the consistency that you like, alright? And if you would like separate grinder, that's fine. To me, look, I'm not fast. This grinder on top of this coffee machine is amazing. And that's another reason why I opted for Breville, because it's not perfect at everything, but it's like almost like Swiss knife of coffee machines that at the price point, it does beautifully. For people like me, think that's totally acceptable. So, type of coffee, how fine is your grind, and quantity of grind are important measures to actually create a cuppa. Those are slight variables. Then what is important is the temperature, right? So when you find your grind, you really need to find temperature that is working for you. The hotter is not always better, the colder is not always better. I'm not here to guide anyone how they should like their coffee, but please play with the temperature, it is really important. Now, back to the coffee. When you temper the coffee, when you press it, the grind that they built into Breville tend to clump it a little bit, right? And usually people would just temper it and make a coffee. It creates air bubbles and extraction is not even, and you're missing out on significant quality of the final product. So again, down below will be links to what to get to actually deal with it, but you may try to avoid that clumps and air pockets inside your tempering kind of platform. And the last one, what I want to talk is how long you, so basically how long you squeeze coffee for. So it should go approximately for between 30 to 40 seconds. If you do less than that or more than that, look, something in your ratio is not quite correct. Again, don't blast me with your responses, you're wrong, you whatever. I think everyone and their cup of coffee is different. I'm just guiding you what is important. What I'm trying to say is, if you tune in all the features, right, that in a coffee machine, it's very acceptable product. And while it's close to perfect, those aftermarket things that I'm talking about, that will be in the description. I don't want to go through them because it's not, the point of this video is not advertisement of aftermarket product. I'm just trying to say, if you tune everything and you're still slightly not happy with it, those products will help you. So for example, there's a grinding cup. So if you grind in with everything that they give to you, it's a bit of messy product. The grinding cup will help you to be more neat and reduce clumps as well. Anyway, I'm not going to go into advertisement of those things. I'm just saying that every bit helps here. And if you, after perfecting your cup of coffee, this default setting of what they give you maybe not enough. So pay attention to links down below. Now, when you establish that I'm not going to teach anyone how to make a cup of coffee, the whole idea of this is unboxing and seeing what's inside. In case, you know, I don't know why, actually in my channel unboxing videos are more popular than maybe reviews themselves. So I've got two groups of people that are excited to see what's inside the box, and the other group of people are really practical, trying to see how appliances work. So if you're after how a plant works, there are a lot of very skilled videos on YouTube and how to make perfect cup of coffee, again subjective. This video is unboxing. So I'm from Brisbane, Australia. I bought this appliance online, and I'll put a link below where I bought it as well. But let's unpack and see what is inside. So this is my first time opening it. Maybe surprised, I've got no idea what's inside. By the way, a little nice guidance for people that moving from pod coffees to brewing your own coffee. It gives you an idea how to tune your machine in. And I think it will take you a couple of weeks to a month experimentation with the grinding, temperature, and other things to find you a perfect cuppa. So good luck with that. I think it's an exciting process. There's no, I guess it's no chore in there. Now, first of all, what I'd like to say, it's extremely neatly packed. I'm not sure whether they packing it because they're trying to avoid damage, but I'm quite surprised. I think most of the products not as neatly packed as this one. So, quick start guide. I think people like me that moving from pod machine to this one is important. Now what we've got, that's the way you grind your coffee in and basically put in the machine to squeeze the coffee. Now, I'm not sure what it is, but looks like a water filter. Great. I mean, like, making coffee from a clean water is important. And by the way, I'm using filtered water myself. I use, not really saying that it's a perfect filter, but where I live, the water is close to perfect. I'm trying to filter out fluoride and chlorine. Don't blast me about filtering out fluoride, but it's my choice. And I'm using Breville Barista filters, and they're working well for me. So I don't have that chlorine smell and taste in my water, which is what I'm after. I'll put a link down below as well where you can get one. So you've got, I'm trying to be not as messy, but you've got what they call filter baskets. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm about to discover. Then you've got a cleaning kit, and then you've got, I guess, temperature itself. It's good, but I tell you what, it's a really okay default one, but if you click down below on the link, you'll see how much better outcome you can get with the aftermarket one. They create consistent pressure that is so crucial for squeezing a good cup of coffee. This one relies on you knowing what to do and how to do it. So while it's good, it's not perfect for sure. So what it says, they rather, like Breville. I think it's just level or something, I'm not sure what it is. And what we got here, I think the rest of it will be machine itself. So, oh, I don't know how to get it out. It's actually quite heavy, believe it or not. See, that's the joys of making videos without editing. I've got no idea what to expect. So, alright, box aside. And I think it would be machine itself, and it looks like this is the top. Now we've got, I guess, a milk mug. Again, I suggest you to get one with the temperature, because if you like perfect frothing for your lattes or flat whites, this may not be sufficient enough. I think milk, if you froth it well, should be close to 63-65 degrees, and this one just will get warm in your hands. Not sufficient enough. Again, link down below. That's the top of the grinder where you put your beans. Actually, can I share with you a life hack? So, if you'd like to get 18 grams for perfect cup of coffee, get a kitchen scale. Again, I put link down below for kitchen scales if you don't have one at home. They're very cheap and it's really good investment. And measure 18 grams of beans and put it in a grinder. This way, you actually will force your plants to give you exactly what you want. Because if you're grinding and you're not tuning in, you may not get amount of coffee that you need. So that's a life hack. Put 18 grams of beans in a grinder and limit amount of coffee that you will get as a final result. And I guess, you know, this will be just a coffee machine itself. The color I choose, I think, is called hickory. I really love when it's not completely silver, but it's not black. It's not kind of gray. It's just that beautiful color that fits to everything. I'll put link down below, but also there are different colors. So here you go, guys and girls. There's nothing else to explain. You got what's behind. It's exactly what I expected. I'm quite excited to make my first cuppa in this machine. So if it's your kind of desire to brew your own coffee and move from pods or lower grade coffee machine, I think that's almost like a Swiss knife of coffee machines that you can tune it in. Of course, there are dual boilers and there's a express version of that. They all have their advantages and disadvantages, and that's not a video about this. This is my choice. So express was not sufficient enough for me. The dual boiler is too expensive and too much. If it's your choice, by all means, this is my choice, and all accessories that I recommend for this will be down below. Thank you so much for watching. Greg from Brisbane, Australia.